1842, built on the site of the former Crackling House quarry, from which some of the stonework came from in Glasgow for some of the buildings. Beside it is the cream building known as the Millennium Hotel on your right of it, and it was once known as the North British Hotel, where Harry Hopkins met Winston Churchill to discuss America coming into the Second World War. Straight ahead in front of you is the City Chambers. Free entry Monday to Friday only. You can have a free tour of the building, 10:30 in the morning and 2:30 in the afternoon, as I mentioned, Monday to Friday. The building is very much based on Italian Renaissance style of architecture. It was designed by William Young, a native of Paisley with a London practice, and it was opened by Queen Victoria in 1888. Inside we have marble regal staircasing, all imported from Italy, and if you look up inside the City Chambers, we have 1.5 million pieces of mosaic. Each one is inserted by hand. Well worth a visit. On your left. On your right is the cenotaph, built in commemoration to the fallen soldiers who fought from 1914 onwards in all the wars. Straight ahead in front of you is Brown's Restaurant. However, the front facade of this building was left. It was once the facade of the old post office building, and the building was the first one in Glasgow to have electricity. First post office in the United Kingdom to have electricity. On the left. The next stop is 9 Buchanan Street, Glasgow Style Mile. Glasgow is second to London for shopping. St Vincent Place, which we're about to cross over onto, named after the Battle of Cape St Vincent when the British fought during the Napoleonic Wars, and St Vincent Place during the 18th century was the horse-drawn terminus for the horse-drawn carriages, and also indeed in the 19th century. On your right-hand side of the pavement, look at the white tiled facade of the Anchor Line building, designed by James Miller, who designed the interior of the SS Lusitania ocean liner. And on the right is the red sandstone building, known as the former Citizen building, where the first Glasgow newspaper was circulated from. On your right-hand side is the Clydesdale Bank building. The architecture of the building was based upon a Parisian opera house. And that building on the right-hand side, you will see all the details on the building itself. Down to your left-hand side of Buchanan Street is where you will find one of the last Victorian department stores, the House of Fraser's, and indeed Pince's Shopping Mall. Inside Pince's Shopping Mall we have Art Nouveau style of interior design, and it's very different to the modern shopping malls in Glasgow. Down to the left on West Nile Street, halfway down you will find the Lighthouse, designed by Charles Rennie Mackintosh, the famous Scottish architect and interior designer. At the very top of the lighthouse, it is a viewing platform, and you can have fine views of Glasgow from the top, and it's down to the left. As we turn left, we will be passing by a pub called the Horseshoe Bar. The soldiers during the First and Second World War had their last pints here before making off to catch their train to Central Station. Down to the left on Drury Street. On your right is where Central Station is and the Grand Central Hotel. To the left is the Cadora building, designed by John Honeyman, based on Venice's Golden House. On your left-hand side at the moment, under renovation, is the Egyptian Halls by Alexander Greek Thompson. This is indeed Union Street, named after the Union of Parliaments between Scotland and England. Stop 10 is your next stop for the Radisson Blu Hotel, the Central Station, and indeed the Grand Central Hotel. Straight ahead in front of us is where you will find the Jamaica Street Bridge, named after Jamaica in the Caribbean. A lot of the bridges in Glasgow get their names after locations in the Caribbean due to the fact that they traded heavily for tobacco and sugar, etc. in the 18th century. On your right hand side is the Grand Arms Pub, the only remaining feature today of the once village of Grahamston, in which the station of Central Station is built over the top of. This bridge gets the name of the Hillman's umbrella due to the fact that many Glaswegians would often meet their Highlander friends and shelter underneath the bridge. Up to your right hand side of Hope Street is where the Grand Central Hotel is located. Roy Rogers and his horse Trigger had a photo shoot coming down the main stairwell of the hotel. Gene Kelly, Laurel and Hardy, and also a vast array of other famous A-list performers and actors. And also John Logie Baird performed the first transatlantic airwaves for the television in 1927 in the Grand Central Hotel. Also up to the right hand side of Hope Street, during the 18th century, there was a series of printworks owned by the Fawless brothers. They are buried outside the Ramshornskirk graveyard. They were the finest printers of their day in the United Kingdom, and they were Scottish.